This is called They Have No Evidence That Asylum Europeans or Eastern Seekers Are Responsible for Reported Reductions in the Swan Population. Dank entrails folding into soft soups of hope, where dank entrails folding into soft soups of hope is a more nourishing than disturbing mental image to place deep inside someone. Where fences feeling nothing but playful, obstacle courses linked, or the deep blossom folds on the edge of skin, elements of recusal beaten out but still present in living horses. Nobody wins the victory dance, holding out for this feeling hand shadow puppet of a hair twitching on the side of an empty bell tent, bright with candles, waiting for its best life, best fire hazard beyond twee fascist incidentals. When is Earth capitalised? Stare at the white interior all you want, if it's all you want, but this failing drawing of a log cabin is the hypothetical freedom of a place where there is no choice to be forced between anti-monarchism and swan adulation, where all actions are tissue from a huge fucking desirable scar of intentionality, away from the empty, full, morning after drunk state of the honest answer to where does your food come from? Being everywhere. So excuse my fragmented thought patterns, but I really liked best when I'm sad and fat with food from everywhere in the world. Cultured vulture for the last scraps of empire, leaking sort of justified apocalypse anxiety, manifest in a cupboard of thousands of lentils. The intrinsic conceptual excess of condiments and the expectant capture of wild yeast. Do we need anything from the shop? We might be out of milk forever. Angry cages sucking each other dry, yet social relations cemented with agave or high fructose corn syrup, life or death, anti-calories. Social justice means civil war. In a happier temporal zone, the beehive mesh cooling with beetles fucking orchids. Nothing abject about it. Gesamtkunstwerk, darling, medical pastoral problems I'm thinking about jerking off to after reading the NHS health page on paranoid thoughts. Not because I'm into it, but because I'm scared and thinking of attempting Meet United again, but I am a lazy coward, so I wrote this instead. Extra nervous, shaking and bleeding, and my neck skin is kind of peeling off like I'm a giant, chubby, pink snake with an anxiety disorder who can't even shed a fucking skin properly. It's all very boring, like how I can never breathe in the usual way. You probably know all too well too, and hopefully we'll do something about it one day, because it's fucked up when thought about, feeling this close to alarm clock 24/7, when we could be chasing semi-domesticated pigeons around the nature reserved by the M25 ring road until I wheeze up something better than black, phlegmy, stale air. Caught tight against the feeling that maybe I will be reincarnated as a lobster after London has flooded, that maybe I'll find a nice rock formation to squat near Victoria Park, roam a marginally less contested expanse of margin scribbling space in Hackney, again, angry androgynous teenage lobster with a bottle of Buckfast and a conflicts logo stenciled on their shell. See the absurd temporalities I have to imagine and species boundaries I have to cross to roll out of bed and put one claw in front of the other. My politics are I hate the sky and send my love to the worms in the throne rooming. Oh, God-fearing termites against the institution and the thin line between words and despair, and teeth ground down to mustard yellow road markings, intersecting tubes masquerading as function, destroyed by 5,000 dandelions, endearing chronic faith condition, shrink-wrapped vegetable soup, What is not infrastructure? If you're the company you keep, my ectoparasites, undoubtedly the first invertebrate metazoan to visit the underwater ley lines. Know your mind, assess your paranoia. You can be happy, the old utopian enemy. There are people right now experiencing the movement of other people as a flux of targeted spiritual catastrophes in some valid and some terrible ways. No meat contained. The sterile disgust of a scare story mercilessly eating souls, churning out a specific Middle England's hellscapes, so unbearably, unbearably sad and desperate Honda Civic. Has anyone been watching Drag Race? Because when Shoju got kicked off after talking about her cyst, I'm like, all of these poems like remind me of all of the physical things that have been wrong with me at various points in the last 3 years, because they're all in the poems. I was like, so nice that my neck skin isn't peeling off anymore. This is called Another Empty Threat to Disappear. The snapped up wing bone of a rotting rat becomes divine inspiration for the forward-thinking branding of the new coffee shop. It was just so real. Unambiguously pleasant things are always well presented. Violence's latte. Pro people who wear black and thought or think they are going to end the world as it is, anti-people who wear black and never or don't want to, hang the last graphic designer with the guts of the last fitness blogger. Nothing personal, we've abolished the personal, just a foray against featureless despair, bullet pointed against your filtered collarbones, vanilla, cooling with imagination's fun, bruises you won't acquire. There's no way to bruise capital despite all the episodic nerve endings and blue zinc blood private pools and lack of filtration and drainage surplus and dogs could do so much better than us. I made a hole in my earlobe and it became a rapidly expanding scab. God, what do I have to do to escape metaphor around here? Say a prayer, who cares? Some words slip into the fungi's peripheral vision. Ugh, the worst spores. Rose lemonade sidles up into the gap in the arms of acceptance of the current. One more cup of tea, refracted myopia, doorbell chimes, a rhythmic pulse, deadening pastel uncoloured. Some more words go here, covered in Kath Kitson. Lead weight, underlying terror for the banal, constantly flowing cappuccino of existence and sub-bourgeois malaise, enacting 100 cute craft projects to try this autumn, 100 cute lambs to sacrifice every autumn before you die or the void gets carpal tunnel syndrome. 1 year spent carving a mobile marble stone monument to my unpaid invoices and Ryanair receipts. Yeah, it's called an object-based practice, and we all have one. Yeah, it's called eating and shitting and talking around those things and how you sustain them, like they're not the main event and it's not relevant how. The poem makes sense because it's too ugly for other career paths. The poem makes sense all day long, then goes home and scours Craigslist for alternative employment. The poem probably doesn't want to get paid to watch you clean naked or make you a costume for Burning Man. But maybe it wouldn't be so bad. All I ever wanted was a pink heirloom potato, and late capitalism wouldn't give it to me, or at least the means, I mean. Weightless metal sculpture, subculture. I love the decorative, and I hope he's doing okay. It's tough out there. The revolution is my boyfriend is an airport departure lounge. The airport departure lounge is my subculture. I am cooking a badger over an open fire in the perfume department, on the verge of closeness, of constantly, on the tender verge of a tax return deadline, on the sun-bathed verge of a suburban arms factory, on the embittered verge of the simmered down lack of freshly ground spring bluebell fields leaking into the jasmine horizon, uncontainable, but no base catharsis. Just a policeman and a line of text, and another policeman and another line of text. But wait, before you leave, the word of the day is generosity, same as yesterday. I love a cyclical redemption narrative. This is called Ferocious Lack Harmony, and it's the last poem in the book. When we picture the end of the world, I hope we can find it adorned with rose blossom and a million bonfires of dead cops, as literal as you like. A fountain spilling the cracks in the foundation, alluding to an absence of base, of superstructure. You know the thing I mean. I hope when we picture the end of the world is an opulent credits sequence without names. My primary metaphor for the death of ego is dumpling stew. We can all be dumplings, darling. It will be warm and undistinguished, a haphazard orgy of slightly better weather than we currently experience, simply through our altered perceptions of better. A magnificent collapsible spittle diamond against progress. The new come will taste so good even as the old come. Our rapidly expanding human-animal consciousness ricocheting off the walls of the space-time continuum, an infinite percentage of that also containing the redundancy of digital marketing executives. It is going to be so beautiful. I hope when we picture the end of the world, fire feels hotter. Yeah, we want it all, fucking gross and fucking twee, up against the wall, motherfucker. Remember, men? Me neither. I might have even been one. Imagine the end of the world, the abolition of egg white omelettes, nothing less than fully bucolic bourgeois hobbit utopia, tropical islands, gay ramblers association of the mind. At a leisurely rest stroke pace, I'm regressing again, but all I hope is that when we picture the end of the world, we end the picture of the world. Thanks.